In this video I wanted to show you how you can use the new spring garden backdrop. So that's the digital backdrop I created with a lot of beautiful details and tonal changes. As you can see, it does look a bit like plants, flowers and kind of abstract painting. So it's not literally flowers, but it does look like there is hanging greenery and blossoms and a bit of a sky light coming through. So what's the easy way? First of all, take your move tool and grab it into your picture. So that's the image I chose, and you can choose any photograph. It can be outdoor, indoor. I quite like these timeless looks, so I'm going to adjust it, and now Control T or Command T on Mac, and just drag it down, make sure it covers the whole image and tick yes. Happy with this fit. Now there are two ways you can do it, and let's try on both. So we're going to leave that on normal mode. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the mask and I'm going to reduce opacity for time being so I can see what I'm doing. And now with a very black brush, make sure you got black selected, with a large brush at 10% opacity, we're going to click over the subject gently, so there's a gradual change. Now we're going to go into 100% opacity. I'm using my keyboard with a 0, and I'm gonna go over here, making sure that I am using soft brush. So just going over her skin, and now that's your artistic license, how much clothing you want to cover, if you want to keep it in that green shade or do you want to mask it off completely. I'll leave that choice to you. Make sure her skin is completely masked off. And I quite like the way that dress is covered, especially those hints of flowers coming into the dress. I love that bit, even that part as well, because if I mask that off, it's going to be very harsh. And again, it's completely up to you. So you can leave it at this sort of strength, or you can change opacity even more and bring more details. And let's make it a little bit more extreme, so you can see that gorgeous details here on the sides and coming up here, and a little bit too rich in here. So I'm going to change my brush into 20% opacity, and with the black, too much, sorry, it's still at 100, so 20% opacity, and gently touch around. And if you go too far, you can always bring that back in. So X to change back to white, and 10% opacity. The more gradual, gentle moves you're going to make, the more subtle it's going to look. So I'm happy with that, and picks up those flowers beautifully. Quite like that blue in the background here. And you can go back and forth and trying different settings for it. I'm just showing you what I would do. And I'm still not happy how that skin looks here, so I'm going to switch back to black brush and make sure I have it at the 100% opacity and just mask it off. You have to be ever so careful not to go over, because it's going to be quite visible if you have that contrast. And I think this green backdrop really suits any redheads or any red in the hair. It looks beautiful. Of complementary colors. It just makes it stand out more. So that's the option for the normal blending mode. Okay, so if you want slightly different look, you can go into soft light or overlay. So both of those have very beautiful rich, where overlay has more a rich look. And let's go to overlay, and you see what's happening. You can go up, but with the overlay the saturation increases, so you can turn the saturation of this layer down, adjustments, hue saturation, and then tone it down a little bit if you want, and it gives you more like a vintage off color look. So that went down quite significantly. Or if I cancel that, you go into soft light, which is always safe. It's a little bit more subtle, and this is 100% opacity, so it's very, very subtle. It's kind of transparent in the places, so it's entirely up to you. I hope you enjoyed and find it useful. If you are interested in this backdrop, I have this one and many more in my Etsy shop, so I will post a link below and feel free to have a look at my shop. Thank you so much. Till next time.